Hello and welcome to another Vinny Talks Yanks. I'm your host Vincent LaRose, and today we are going to get into some Yankees offseason news and rumors that are going on right now. There's quite a bit, as every offseason. Literally any and every free agent that goes on the board, the Yankees are rumored to be involved in. But I'm going to talk about the ones that have been heavily rumored, I would say, or the ones that are at least getting the most attention to this point, and some roster moves the Yankees have decided to make. So to start, we'll get right into the roster moves at least. So the Yankees have decided, they have made a qualifying offer. The Yankees gave Trent Grisham a qualifying offer. It's for $22.05 million, as every qualifying offer is. Qualifying offers are very rarely accepted. I would be quite surprised if Grisham took the qualifying offer. He's likely going to go look for a more long-term contract, and long-term, probably 2, maybe 3 years for Grish. It's really his only good season of his entire career. But sometimes it takes guys to get there, so there is likely a team that would offer him a good amount of money for his season this past season, and I just don't think it's going to be the Yankees. I don't see there being too much of a fit with the Yankees. It's time for Jones to be called up. Jones is going to be called up. You still have Dominguez. You have to give Dominguez more time to develop. Obviously, you still have Judge. Your goal is to get either Tucker or Bellinger. Obviously, Bellinger is probably number one on your list just because of his defensive versatility. And, you have a couple guys in the farm, and you have Cabrera coming back, Oswaldo Cabrera, who's also an extreme utility guy, a heavy utility guy. He's going to play some outfield as well, so you really don't need Trent Grisham anymore. Unless you missed out on both Tucker and Bellinger, I would say probably get Grisham so you can have that Gold Glove caliber center fielder. But outside of that, there's really no reason for the Yankees to re-sign Grisham. I think they're more likely to sign old Yankee. Why am I forgetting his name? I'm blanking on his name. That's insane. Harrison Bader. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name in the moment. One of my favorite short-term Yankees ever. But I think they're more likely to get a guy like Harrison Bader than they would Grisham. Grisham is probably going to be way more expensive than he needs to be. But that's that. They have also made another move. They have decided to accept Tim Hill's club option. So Tim Hill will be back for the 2026 season for the New York Yankees. Obviously, Tim Hill has been a vital guy, a left-handed pitcher out of the bullpen. It's literally just sinker and sometimes slider, but it's from that weird angle. It has worked. It's been successful. He has one of the highest ground ball rates in all of baseball. He's Tim Hill, man. It's exactly what you would think. A really good pitcher out the bullpen. Just a great guy against lefties. A great guy in nearly any situation. I mean, obviously, I wouldn't want him closing the game, but a good move on the Yankees to pick up Tim Hill's $3 million option. I don't, especially with the bullpen in the state it is, and that bullpen needs a lot of work, and that's a start. So that was a good move and an exciting move that I like to see. And then another team option was declined. I'm sorry, I'm completely blanking there. So the Yankees have decided to decline Jonathan Loaisiga's team option. It was a $5 million option for the 2026 season. It was a 1-year option, and as much as it sucks to say, I completely understand why the Yankees would do it. Jonathan Loaisiga has great stuff, and he could be an absolute weapon at the bullpen, but that guy, for the life of him, cannot stay healthy. He's on the IL every single year for long periods of time. He's had Tommy John surgery, he's had bone spur surgery, he's had reconstruction surgery now. Jonathan Loaisiga can simply just not stay healthy, and he just honestly was really bad last year as well, so that doesn't help his case. He's nowhere near worth $5 million, so the Yankees made the proper decision there, although it sucks because Loaisiga has been on the Yankees for so long now. He came up as a starter, he struggled, and then he found his role in the bullpen, and he was quite successful out of the bullpen when he was on the mound. But again, Jonathan Loaisiga could just simply never stay healthy. He was always hurt. He always had an issue with either his shoulder, and it was always his arm too, his throwing arm, which is obviously a very scary thing to deal with for the Yankees. So I completely understand the Yankees not picking up Jonathan Loaisiga's options. But there's still some great memories, man. It still sucks to see him go. I hope he does find a team. I hope he does get to pitch in the MLB more. I just don't see I don't see teams giving him more than league minimum, just because he is such a high injury risk, and all he has done his entire career is get hurt. Even when he was a starter, the Loaisiga stuff is so weird. They had him as a starter. He couldn't stay healthy, so they decided to make him, move him to the bullpen. He was successful at the bullpen, but he still had issues staying healthy. So they thought that making him like a 2-3 inning guy would keep him healthy, which makes no sense to me at all. You think him throwing more, but I guess the idea was to have him throw more one day, give him longer periods of rest. So instead of throwing back-to-back days, he would go 1 3-inning day, take 3 days off, maybe a 2-inning day, take 3 days off. Regardless, it didn't work. Jonathan Loaisiga just couldn't stay healthy. And it's sad to see, because I really do like Johnny Lasagna. Just watching him come up and develop was really fun and really cool. So those are the Yankees roster moves. They obviously, like I said, they gave Trent Grisham the qualifying offer. And now here we are into the rumors for the Yankees. So today a rumor came out that reportedly the Yankees are among the teams that are interested in signing Kyle Schwarber, which was not what I was expecting to read at all today. The Yankees really don't need more left-handed bats, and I think Bellinger is still number 1 on your list to return. So again, that's another left-handed bat, making at least 6 out of your 9 starters left-handed. So that's a rough scenario. And now Kyle Schwarber, Yankees are reportedly in on Kyle Schwarber. I don't think the Yankees sign Kyle Schwarber if they re-sign Cody Bellinger, or if they do sign a Kyle Tucker. I think this is just like a mega backup, just in case they miss out on both, and then you work something out here and there, maybe make a couple trades. But like, Kyle Schwarber is primarily a DH, and you have a primary DH in Charles Stanton. I know Stanton gets hurt a lot, but when Stanton gets hurt, that gives Judge opportunities to get off his feet. That gives the Yankees opportunity, throw Ben Rice in on some DH days, because we all know Ben Rice is not great on whether it's first base or catching. He's not great defensively. So you throw him in there. It just makes no sense to me. I know Schwarber can technically play first, and he's a corner outfielder, but the only time you'd see him in the corner outfield in Yankee Stadium is right field. Maybe if you were in Houston or Boston. Sorry. Maybe if you were in Houston or Boston, you would throw him in left field because of the short, tall wall, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me for the Yankees to sign Kyle Schwarber. I don't see them signing Kyle Schwarber. It just makes no sense. I mean, he's gonna want a good amount of money too. He's gonna end second in MVP, and he's been pretty good for the Phillies for the last couple of seasons. He's one of those guys that kind of makes no sense how he's bounced around so much. He's been pretty good wherever he's gonna be. He's not far behind Judge in home runs, and I know he strikes out a lot, but he also has quite a high walk rate, so he does get on base a lot as well. So just a thought out there. The Yankees technically only have 2 outfielders on their roster right now, and Judge and Dominguez. You could throw Cabrera on there because he is a super utility guy, so he will play some outfield. So I guess you could say that. But technically right now, the only guys who have played the outfield MLB-wise on the Yankees roster, on the Yankees 40-man, is Dominguez, Cabrera, and Judge. I know it's the early start of it's in the off season, but the Yankees have work to do in the outfield. They had one of the best outfields in baseball last year, and now they have quite a bit of work to do. I do think we see Spencer Jones come up this year. I mean, he has to come up at some point, or just trade him. Because how long are you going to have him sit in the minors? But we probably will see Spencer Jones come up. I don't know if it'll be exactly at the beginning of the year, but there's no way he's not called up this year. So you're going to see Spencer Jones on the MLB roster, and he's going to make his MLB debut this year. I definitely believe in still giving Dominguez some run. I know we got into a sticky situation where Trent Grisham had, not sticky, it was a good situation, but Trent Grisham had a career year nobody was expecting. So, he takes Dominguez's playing time going down to crunch time towards the end of the season and the playoffs, which again makes complete sense. Trent Grisham is a superior defender, and the bat, although the postseason the bat was awful, but the bat was there, so it made sense why the Yankees didn't do that. But you're going to have to give these young guys some run, or you're going to have to trade them. You can't deplete their value like we've been doing to so many prospects for so long. Like Estevan Florial, Devi Garcia, Clint Frazier. There's so many more guys where we just, we could have traded them and got a great player in return, but we decided to hold on to them because we believed in them, and they ended up doing absolutely nothing. So the Yankees need to make a decision in that department. And, of course, the bullpen needs some work. So there are rumors about Helsley, Diaz, the big guys. Suarez is a free agent now. He opted out. A couple more, but the Yankees are going to be in on a lot of guys for the bullpen, so I don't see why. I would say this, I could guarantee this, I don't see them signing more than Suarez, Helsley, or Diaz. I think they get one of the three, and I think they have to get one of those three. They need a dominant closer. I know we have Bednar, and I completely believe in Bednar as a closer, but if you could get Helsley, Diaz or Suarez, then you're just making that bullpen so much better. You get Duvall, you figured Duvall out, maybe tweak his Jesus, I'm blanking right now. So maybe you tweak Duvall's, pitching stance a little bit. He goes from the stretch, but he needs some work. He walks way too many guys, but he could still be a dominant guy in that bullpen. But the Yankees have quite a bit of work to do. I really think the Yankees should move off Volpe. I don't think they're going to move off Volpe. They're probably going to give him one more year. If they give him any more than one more year and he's bad, I'm going to lose my mind. But you have Caballero and you have Cabrera, who are both good shortstops. Maybe not as good as Volpe defensively, but the bats are better than Volpe's. Caballero might not hit nearly as many home runs, but he's way less strikeout heavy. He's a little bit more bat to ball guy. I mean, he's just a better hitter, and he's not going to hit as many home runs, obviously, but he's going to get on base and steal bases, which is more value than Volpe's been bringing to the plate. So I don't see why you wouldn't make that trade there. Not trade, but why wouldn't you let Caballero play over Volpe? And then some more basic rumors like the Japanese guys, Murakami, Nakamoto. Pete Alonso is in there. I don't think the Yankees signed Pete Alonso. I like Pete Alonso as a player, just not a good fit for the Yankees. If Yankees really need to get away from this home run or bust stuff, like too many strikeouts, we need more guys that put a bat on ball, and I think that's why Bellinger is so valuable for this team. I think Bellinger is Yankees' number one priority this offseason. They have to re-sign Bellinger. They cannot let him go like Soto. They have to re-sign Bellinger. I think they have no choice but to re-sign Bellinger. Bellinger was so good for us last year. He's going to hit home runs. He's going to put bat on ball. He doesn't strike out nearly as much as he did early in his career. He's going to play great defense regardless of what position you put him, whether it be first, whether that's first base or the three outfield spots. He doesn't get hurt a lot. I don't see why you wouldn't give Bellinger just what he wanted. I do understand the fear in a contract like that, because the last two contracts we've given out where it was 5 years plus to maybe not your superstar or a star, but a role player. DJ LeMahieu and Aaron Hicks have both ended horrendously. They have both ended with years owed after being released. I understand the fear there, but I don't think Bellinger is a case like that. Bellinger has won an MVP. He went through his struggles. He fixed his stance. He fixed all of that. I don't see why you wouldn't re-sign Bellinger. Makes no sense to me, and I do think the Yankees are all in on Bellinger. So those are the rumors so far. It's just we're early in the offseason. We're just getting started. Stuff should start to pick up within the next couple of weeks. We should start hearing more serious rumors. We should start getting a little bit more of an idea of who's going to sign what the Yankees are truly going after, what their decisions are going to be. We're going to start hearing a little more trade rumors, and of course, the winter meetings is where it really heats up. This is where it starts getting spicy, man. The dead month is January. Not really much happens in January. It's really at the end of November through December. A lot of guys are in that I want to sign before Christmas mode now. Like, that's the thing. Guys like signing before Christmas. They don't like going too long into free agency. So I do really think the Yankees should be on top of the bullpen stuff. Bellinger, I like Tucker, I really do. I just don't think Tucker is a fit for the Yankees for the amount of money he's going to get. But I think the Yankees need to be old Yankees and stop caring about money and just give Tucker what he wants. Give Bellinger what he wants. Go out and get a right-handed hitting first baseman or catcher. Either or doesn't matter to me. Just so during matchups you can swap that a little bit so you can have Rice play, first base majority of the time, and then you can. You could work that out. Bellinger's good against lefties, so if you really were worried about that, you can throw somebody out in the outfield, whether that be Cabrera hitting from the right side. But, it all depends on these next couple of weeks, who the Yankees decide to get, who they decide to sign. I think Rosario is still a good signing for a key role player. I think that'd be perfect for the Yankees. But that is where I'm going to end it. So, as always, thank you for anybody watching on the YouTube side, or if you're listening on the podcast side, you're all very much appreciated. I do daily shorts stuff, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, all of it's Vinny Talks Yanks. Instagram's Vinny.TalksYanks. So, if you're interested, hit me up there, follow me there, ask me questions, all that, whatever you want. I'm cool. I'm still pretty small, so I'm going to answer everybody. And as always, I hope everybody has a wonderful morning, night, day, or whatever it is. Hope everything's going well for everybody. I know there's a lot of stuff going on right now just in the world and all that. If anybody needs anything, just somebody to talk to, hit me up. I'm down. I'll talk to anybody. Just please know, a lot of stuff has been going on. Please know there's always somebody. So please, whether that be just me as a random person or a family member or a friend, please just talk to people if something's wrong. Just a lot of stuff going on. I don't want to get too deep into it. Just know, everybody here, you're all loved. Everybody cares. So thank you guys for watching and all that. And as always, go Yankees.